Hello there. I am so happy to see you. You can sigh a big sigh of relief. The hardest part is done. You've rolled out your mat. You're ready for your yoga flow. This is an intermediate level power flow. So if you are a beginner, please check out my beginner playlist and start with one of those workouts. Make sure that you have a couple blocks if you like to practice with blocks. Get your music going if you like to practice with music, and meet me at the back of your mat in a child's pose. So knees wide, big toes to touch. Sit your hips back onto your heels and then crawl yourself forward. Take a nice, deep, big inhale, fill up, and then open mouth, exhale. Sigh out any stress. Let's take 2 more rounds of those deep cleansing breaths, filling up even more than you did the first round, and emptying out even more completely. Last round here, deep, full inhale, and as you exhale, think about anything that was weighing on your mind, just rolling off your shoulders. Seal your lips closed and continue to take these deep, slow, steady inhales and exhales through the nose. Feeling that breath swirl at the back of the throat with the exhale, creating that audible oceanic-like sound. And you can stay here in your child's pose with your arms extended long, or if you'd like a little twist, we're going to lift our head on an inhale. And as we exhale, we're going to thread that right arm underneath the left, coming to rest on the outside of the right shoulder and the right temple. You can keep that left arm extended. You can find a half bind, anything that feels good here as we just begin to arrive on our mat and arrive in our body. And if you have that half bind, go ahead and extend the arm. Give a little press into that left palm, and as you exhale, bring that right arm back to meet the left. Take an inhale. This time, as you exhale, extend, thread the left arm underneath the right as the outer left shoulder and the left temple meet the mat. Taking whichever arm placement with the right hand that you took with the left. And then doing your best to think about this mat being a little island. And when you're on it during your yoga practice, it's all that matters. Everything that you need is right here, right now, and the rest of the day can wait. Go ahead and unbind if you have the bind. With an exhale, give a little press into the right hand, and then return your left hand to meet your right. On your next inhale, come up to all fours, getting ready for cat-cow, stacking our joints, pulling the belly button back to the spine, finding a slight tuck in the tail. Inhale, cow pose, drop your belly, lift your chest, coming into that spinal flexion as we open our heart, and then exhale, cat pose, coming into that extension. Lifting the spot between your shoulder blades as high up towards the ceiling as you can. Inhale, cow pose. Isometrically pull your palms back towards your knees. Spread your collarbones wide. And exhale, cat pose. This flow is so good for anyone who sits a lot. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Creating even more length and movement each round of this cat-cow. Let's go one more time. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Press the earth away. Maybe even press your shins into the mat. Inhale, back to that neutral tabletop. Tuck your toes, and as you exhale, pull your belly button back to your spine. Hover your knees for 4, 3, hugging the inner thighs towards one another, 2, and 1. Exhale, hips back towards heels, downward facing dog. So shifting forward into a plank, and then moving your hands or your feet to come into the right placement here. Exhale, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Let's flow that a couple of times. Inhale, plank pose. Press the ground away. Spread all 10 fingers nice and wide and imagine that you're corkscrewing your hands into the mat. Keep that hand placement, and as you exhale, lift those hips up and back, downward facing dog. One more. Inhale, high plank, hold, squeeze your butt, press through your heels, and exhale, downward facing dog. I'm going to walk my feet in a couple of steps. I'm going to ground my left hand, and with an exhale breath, I'm going to bring my right hand back to reach for the outside of my left shin. Your gaze can go back underneath that left arm. And then return the right hand to the mat. Inhale, gaze forward, and exhale, step left foot, then right, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, shoulder blades hug down and back. Exhale, fold. And inhale, rise, Tadasana, mountain pose, a standing active pose. So we're not just hanging out here, we're pressing all four corners of our feet into the mat, lifting through the inner thighs, hugging the belly in, and then exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, creating a nice strong core. And exhale, as you bring your palms to the mat, step your left foot back, low lunge. Surrender the knee to the mat. And inhale, crescent lunge. Stacking your shoulders over your hips, drawing the right hip back by giving a press into that right foot, and then feeling the opening in the front of the left hip. Exhale, windmill your palms down. We're going to come into a little flow here. Inhale, straighten the right leg. Good place for blocks underneath the hands. Exhale, back to that lunge. Inhale, straighten. You can lift the toes if that feels good. Exhale, lunge. Last time. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, low lunge. Plant the palms. Inhale, lift the back knee. Exhale, high plank, chaturanga. From your knees or toes, not your nose. Don't do chaturanga from your nose. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Take a generous bend in your knees. Notice the length it creates from the tips of your fingers to the tip of your tailbone. Keep that length and then straighten into the legs. Walk your feet forward a bit and a little bit wider, and we're going to twist to the opposite direction. Right palm presses forward and away from you as the left hand finds the outside of the right ankle or shin. Gazing underneath that right shoulder, or armpit rather, drawing the shoulder blades down and back. Coming back to downward facing dog. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, right foot to the front of the mat, left foot to meet it, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen, flat back. Exhale, fold. And inhale, rise, Tadasana, mountain pose, powerful legs. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. And exhale, plant the palms, step the right foot back, this time low lunge. Right knee surrenders to the mat. Inhale, crescent lunge, stacking shoulders over hips. Lengthening the side body up and out of the waist, and active in the inner thighs, scissoring them. Thinking about that right hip drawing forward, the left hip drawing back. Exhale, windmill the palms. And inhale, flow, straighten the left leg. Again, blocks underneath the leg, underneath the hands. Exhale, lunge. And inhale, straighten. Keep the shoulders drawing back. Exhale, lunge. And inhale, straighten. Exhale, lunge. Plant the palms, step back, high plank. Flow through your chaturanga, or meet us in downward facing dog. Your vinyasa, my chaturanga, and downward facing dog. All right, moving on to our sun B here. Inhale, lift your right leg, toes flexed down towards the mat. Exhale, right knee, right tricep. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, right knee, left tricep. Inhale, lengthen, getting our core work in there. And exhale, using that core, step the right foot between the hands. Spin the back heel flat, rise, warrior one. So I want you to think about headlights on your shoulders and your hips. And those headlights always face forward. I have a 90-degree bend in that right knee. And again, drawing the right hip back, left hip forward, scissoring the inner thighs. Inhale. Exhale, drop your shoulders away from your ears. One more inhale. And exhale, windmill the palms. Step the right foot back. Option to hover the right foot or keep the right toes on the mat. Vinyasa. Or meet us directly in downward facing dog. So this flow is going to build. We're going to add a warrior each time we flow through. So we're going to do that same thing on the left. Inhale, left leg lifts. Straight leg, toes flex down towards the mat. Exhale, left knee, left tricep. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose, tiger pose, creating that cat in the upper body. Inhale. Exhale, twist. Left knee, right tricep. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, step the left foot between the hands. Spin the back heel flat and come up, warrior one. I like to bring my hands to my hips, level my hips, make sure both are facing forward, and then stack shoulders over hips, keeping the front ribs knitting in. Core is nice and engaged. Steadying the breath in the work. And exhale, windmill the palms. Left foot steps back to meet right where the toes hover and flow through your vinyasa or meet us in downward facing dog. All right, we're going to build from there. Inhale, breath, right leg lifts. Exhale, right knee, right tricep. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen. Press the mat away from you. Exhale, twist. Right knee, left tricep. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, use your core. Right foot between the hands. Spin the back foot flat. And inhale, rise. Warrior one. Exhale, open it up. Warrior two. Heel to arch alignment. 90-degree bend in the front knee. And again, always stacking the joints. Head over shoulders, over hips. Slight tuck in the tailbone, peeling open the front hips. Flip the palm up, inhale. Reverse warrior. Swim it back, walk the fingertips down the left leg. Exhale, extended side angle. Use your core to bring that right elbow to the inside of the right knee. We're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale, swim it back, peaceful warrior or reverse warrior. Side bend, not a back bend. Exhale, use your core, extended side angle. Chest spirals up towards the ceiling. 1 more. Inhale, reverse warrior, building strength in the legs here and the side body. Resilience in the mind, right? Breathing through the difficulty. Extended side angle. Inhale, back up to warrior two. Exhale, pivot, windmill the palms. Step back, high plank. Your vinyasa or meet us in downward facing dog. Pull the palms back, gaze forward, or facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, left knee, left tricep. Inhale, length. Exhale, tuck round and curl, tiger pose, knee to nose. Inhale, find length. And exhale, twist. Left knee, right tricep. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, left foot between the hands. Spin the back foot flat and come up to warrior one. Exhale, open up to warrior two. So press into the pinky edge of each foot. That opens up the left knee and it strengthens the entire right leg. And then I want you to imagine you're firing up those inner thighs by squeezing the mat together like you're using your feet to pull the mat together. Gaze gently out over those left fingertips. Flip the palm, inhale, peaceful warrior. Those right fingertips are gonna walk down that right leg. Awesome stretch down the entire left side body. Exhale, extended side angle. Lengthen as far forward as you can before that left elbow meets the inside of the left knee. Inhale, reverse warrior, keeping that strength, that engagement in the inner thighs, like you're lifting up away from the mat. Exhale, extended side angle. Right ribs are spiraling back, the left rib spiraling open as the chest leads up towards the sky. One more, inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, pivot, windmill the palms, step back, high plank, your vinyasa. Remember, this could be from your knees. You can lower all the way to your belly, and then your back bend is either cobra or upward facing dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. We're gonna flow that one more time, adding one more warrior. So we've done warrior one, we've done warrior two, and now we're gonna come into warrior three. Inhale, right leg lifts, lifting through the inseam of that right leg. Exhale, knee to tricep, right side. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to nose, tiger pose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, right knee, left tricep twist. Inhale, find length. And exhale, contract the core to bring that right foot between the hand. Warrior one. Our exhale, warrior two. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, warrior two. We're gonna pivot on those back toes, coming into a lunge. Swim your arms back into airplane. And then we're gonna come up, kind of bouncing off those back, springing rather, off those back toes into that balancing warrior three. Hopefully you don't have a plant in your face here. So hugging the outer hips in, using your core, and then finding that upward facing dog here in your chest. Cobra, upward facing dog. Flex those back toes back towards the knee and lift from the inseam of the back leg. So in my mind here, I'm perfectly straight, like my upper body is completely parallel to the mat, but I know when I come back and watch the video, I've got some room for improvement, and that's fine. It's not about being perfect. One more inhale, and on our exhale, we're gonna come back with control into warrior two. Take an inhale, windmill the palms, step back to that high plank, and flow through your vinyasa, and we will all meet in downward facing dog. And maybe for today, your vinyasa is direct route to downward facing dog. It's knowing where you're at and what your body needs and honoring that oftentimes is hard work. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, left knee, left tricep. It's that balance of knowing when to push and knowing when to pull back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, twist. Left knee, right tricep. Try to tap up even closer towards your armpit. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, core strength brings that left foot between the hands. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, peaceful warrior. And exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, we're going to pivot on those back toes, coming into that crescent lunge. Take an inhale. Exhale, arms swim back into an airplane. Bend the back knee. Spring off the toes and come up to balance on the left foot, grounding all four corners of that left foot. Bring your attention to those outer hips. Hug them in as you lift the left heel. Find that upward facing dog. That flexion in the spine. Reach the fingertips back. Crown of the head lengthens forward. And find that one spot to focus on. Maybe lift the pinkies a little bit higher. My left leg's starting to shake. How about yours? And then a careful, controlled exhale into warrior two. Take an inhale, and that's it for our flow. It's all downhill from here, guys. Exhale, windmill the palms down to the mat. Come into that plank. Flow through your vinyasa. And we will all meet in our downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths here, noticing how your body feels. Maybe being amazed by your body, by how strong it is. That was not easy. And then inhale, shift forward to plank. We're going to come into some spinal strengtheners. And exhale, slowly lower all the way down to the belly. Untuck the toes. Inhale, come up, cobra pose. I know we've done this a few times already today. Loop your shoulders down, away from your ears. Hug your elbows down and back. And then we're going to hover our palms here, really creating additional upper strength. Upper body strength, strength along the spine, and maybe lift a little bit higher. And then exhale, slowly lower. Take a couple breaths here. Feel your heart beating. We're going to do that one more time. We're going to slide the palms back just a tiny bit. Press the tops of the feet into the mat. Lengthen your head away from your toes. And then inhale, press into the palms. Come up to cobra. Drop the shoulders down away from the ears. And then lift the hands away from the mat. Holding for 4. Lift a little bit higher for 3. You've got this. 2. Your heart should be beating pretty fast. And 1. And the thoughts that are running through your mind, keep them positive for yourself. You can be mad at me. I mean, I know that was hard, but keep encouraging yourself. All right, now we're going to come into locust pose. So go ahead and extend the arms back. You can have your hands parallel to one another with the pinkies facing up, or you can interlace the hands behind the back. It just depends on your range of motion in your arms. Again, lengthen. And then inhale, press the tops of the feet into the mat and peel the chest away from the mat. And if you have the hands in a clasp, go ahead and focus on lifting the pinkies up towards the ceiling. And if your hands are not clasped, focus on lifting the pinkies up towards the ceiling. And imagine that you're squeezing like an imaginary ball between your hands. Holding for 4, you've got it. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower. You can bring one ear down to the mat. Take a little breather. Feel your heart beating. And then go ahead and lift your head. Bring your palms back by your shoulders. Tuck your toes, and from your knees or from your toes, we're going to press up to our final high plank pose. And then exhale into our final downward facing dog of this practice today. Go ahead and take a gaze forward towards your thumbs and hop or walk your feet through, coming into a boat pose. So, a little bit more core work here. We did a lot of core work in the class, but why not? So you can bring your hands behind your thighs. Lift your chest as you loop your shoulders down and back into their sockets. Extending the palms. Keeping the chest open, not hunching forward. One more inhale. And then exhale, slowly lower with control. One vertebra at a time until your back finds the mat. Come into a figure 4 on the right hand side. So right knee bends, right ankle finds the front of the left leg. And again, give a little snuggle into the back of your head, a little press into the back of your head to snuggle your shoulder blades down into their sockets. Thinking about keeping that right knee opening out, drawing the left knee in, and drowning out the sounds of my family playing video games inside the house, which is part of our yoga practice, right? It's staying present when there's so much noise going on around us. It's breathing through the hard times, keeping that breath, keeping steady when things are tough. And then eventually, it'll transfer off the mat. And I'm not saying it always does for me, but at least I have something to think about to come back to, that breath. All right, legs are gonna stay the same. Arms come out like the cactus arms, and we're gonna twist. Legs to the left, gaze to the right. And there's never not noise. And by noise, I don't mean like shouting. Well, in this case, that's the noise I'm referring to, but I'm just referring to all that background stuff, the noise that tends to distract us from the present. All right, exhale, use your core, come back to center, bring both feet to the mat again, bent knees, and then figure 4 on the left. So creating that 4 shape with between the knee and then the ankle and the hip. And then when you're ready, peel the right foot away from the mat. You can bring your hands behind the thigh, or if you have the space to keep your tailbone flat on the mat and your shoulders on the mat, you can reach for the front of your right shin. And I love these short power flows. They are great for strengthening and stretching and just moving and breathing and all good things. So we're gonna come into that twist, arms like a cactus, twist both feet over towards the right, gaze towards the left. And then when you feel even, come back to center. Hug the knees in, and we're going to part ways here in our Shavasana. Thank you for practicing with me. I will see you back here next time.
Activity completed.